it going?
We made it to 2024.
We're here. We're back. My mic sounds weird again.
No, it sounds fine.
I just hear so much weird echo.
No,
you don't hear?
I don't hear echo. But if you hear echo, let us know. There's a little bit of a delay. Like it does feed through a little bit, but it's not that bad.
I wonder if your mic is turned up too high.
I don't know. No, not really.
And that's why it's picking me up. And then
it's okay. Chat, just let us know.
Yeah, let us know how it sounds. Anyway, welcome back, guys. Happy to see everybody here again. I got a fun show tonight. Specifically carving a brand new block based on my favorite symbiote. I always say it differently. Symbiote.
Is there like an actual way to say that?
Everybody says it different. Venom. So super hyped on that. I had a chance to play that Spider-Man 2 game recently, and it was so awesome.
You were addicted to that game.
Yeah. First of all, it's just a great game, super fun to play. But in addition to that, it's probably the best telling of best version of Venom story I've ever seen. It's definitely not traditional. There's no Eddie Brock, but it's just an awesome way to tell the symbiote story that makes it really closely connected to Peter's personal life and all that. So I really loved it, and it just like got me hyped up for Venom again, because I've always loved Venom as a design. You know, he's been put through the ringer in comics. Like, there's a lot of dumb comics, a lot of cool comics. There's one comic, man, that's like Eddie Brock has cancer.
Oh,
and I think the symbiote is like the only thing keeping him alive and something like that, if I remember correctly, but he knows he's dying. It's really cool. It was from the early 2000s.
Okay.
And then there's another version of it where the Venom symbiote is kind of like the alien from The Thing, so he's like in the Arctic killing people, so it's cool.
Weird.
So like it's been used so many different ways, and then of course the Spider-Man 3 movie was not my favorite use of Venom. And then there's the recent Venom movies that I'm like hot and cold on. Like there's things I really like about them, and then there's things I really don't like about them. But
I can't think of a single thing that I like about them.
Really? Like if you think about when I don't really care for the second one very much, but the first one had a lot of moments that I thought were good, where like they're arguing and like he's, I'm gonna eat you, or he eats the guy's head.
Yeah,
and
there
like,
were like some
like buddy cop moments.
Yeah, like moments of levity.
Yeah.
Like considering how bizarre and science fiction horror it is to have an alien symbiote take over your body and then want to kill people.
Yeah.
But I didn't like Venom's voice.
Okay, I liked it, but I definitely could see that.
It was a little.
It was very Muppety.
It was like strangely colloquial, and that fucks with me. Because,
like he should be like an.
Like I felt like he should be a little bit more like, I don't really quite understand the vernacular.
That's cool, yeah. That's
like but he was way too like, I felt like he was gonna drop a sick beat really quick or something, and I'm like, my friend, you just came from outer space.
That's a pretty funny take.
But that's it takes me out of it. Yeah. Like those things when I'm sitting in the theater and I start to hear those things and my brain starts cranking on it, I'm like, you lost me.
No, I get you there. It's definitely goofy, and you have to kind of suspend a little bit of disbelief. They went a certain way with it, but he looks awesome in the movie, and I think, again...
Sure, graphically, even though the second one, the graphics were not that great.
Yeah,
I remember both of us coming out of there like, uh-oh.
Yeah, it was some weird stuff. But I guess what I was getting at is that even though he's been put through the ringer in terms of, like, not always the best material to work with as a character, his design is so good... Yeah. Everybody just forgives it, and like, I don't care, more Venom. Like you can't get to a point, like it's hard to kill Venom as in Venom's cool factor, because it's already they try to kill it so many times. There was like the Clone Saga comics in the 90s that were just bad, dude, just bad, and still here we are talking about Venom. So
yeah, it's funny because as a girl who grew up in the 90s when, Venom was super popular, I feel like I look back at it now and I'm like, that's such a 90s design.
It is a 90s thing, right?
It like oozes post 80s masculinity. I don't know. It's so like rad. It's so like, it's the obvious design to make for teenage and young adult boys in that era to get them hyped about this guy. And now that I see it, and like, obviously once you've designed it that way, you can't really move on. Although I feel like, well, whatever.
Well,
let me not get into it.
You know what's funny?
I'm making judgments on something that I'm not close to. So I don't want to shit all over it for no reason.
I think what's funny too is that I once saw or once read an interview with McFarlane somewhere that I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, if I got this wrong, I could be totally off base on this, but someone mentioned, I thought it was him, because he designed the character. Mm-hmm. He created the character. That he tried to base the face on the xenomorph. So like when you
hold on, I have him right here. Can I base it on this little guy? Hold on.
No, I don't think that's the best example. But if you pull up like even this one, even give me art cam.
The thick cheeks one.
The thick butt cheeks. But like if you kind of see the teeth, like if you cover up the eyes, right, and just look at it.
Yeah, no, I like the face. I like.
Yeah.
I just like the big bulge in the fucking skin suit and like the incredibly like 9-pack abs.
Well, this is not every version of Venom.
I know,
this is just
but like
this figure.
Almost every version of him has the same like look. You know what I mean?
Anyway,
it's all like
I like Venom.
800,000 biceps and like it's wild. Like look at his thighs, my God.
We're supposed to be celebrating Venom and you're trashing him, dude.
This tiny little figure. Look at his thighs.
But he's jacked.
That's crazy though.
Good. He should be jacked. He has to be oppressive, intimidating to Spider-Man.
Like, why? Well, yeah, I guess.
Gabby, we're here celebrating Gabby's
sorry,
like, why are you even doing this character?
No, I think it's cool. Like, you know when I really developed a love for Venom was when I was playing Marvel vs. Capcom.
I was gonna say,
2, like,
come on, at least.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
To the point where I was showing this to Peter the other day, and you can't really see him on camera, but the little joints here on my thumbs have calluses on them, and it's from playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
To this day.
To this day, yeah, because those old PS2 controllers, I would like be using that part of my thumb to like maneuver on the D-pad anyway.
Yeah, that Venom was so awesome in that game. That bluish black color that they gave him too was really cool, and he had like that little monster symbiote like chomp that he would do. Yeah, awesome Venom. So yeah, super hyped to do it. The way I choose these portraits that I do is that I get really into something, you know, like watching a movie, playing a game, or whatever it is. Or I'm like, man, I wish I had time to do a full print of blank, blank, blank.
Yeah.
And I can't. Or if I ever did a print of blank, blank, how would I handle this? You know, so that's what these portraits kind of let me do. They kind of let me explore the character or just have fun seeing how I would interpret it. And yeah, Venom's a challenge because he's just like the smooth symbiote. So yeah, now I said symbiote. He's a smooth, black, inky surface.
The other one?
Symbiote.
I feel like I've never heard anyone say symbiote.
Well,
I've heard
symbiote.
symbiote.
Bro.
Don't
if you say
try to make it make
symbiotic, it's like symbiote, but I heard symbiote. I've just heard that. What?
That we have to add symbiotes to the list of things that I hate.
I know you're gonna have.
By the way, it wasn't band kids; it's theater kids. Get it right.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll add band kids in there if I need to.
Don't get her started. Someone needs to pull a audio clip of Gabby saying everything that she hates, and then at the end we just put a montage
I like
together.
That idea, actually.
Yeah. So anyway, super fun to see you guys again. What's up to everybody in the chat? I see Rich. I see John Ballou. I see Chris Alarcon. We see Brian Carr. By the way, congratulations last night. Brian Carr won himself an anti-Eternia He-Man on the Mondo Toy Talk podcast. Yep. Enlightened Movie Posters. What's going on? Melanie M, how you doing? Zagona, Javi Cafe, Ghost Viking 69, Larry Latham's in the house. So many good and familiar faces, and everybody else. Just thanks for joining us and hanging with us. We're having a good time.
Good to see you guys.
Yep.
We were gone for a little bit there.
Yeah, and so I want to address that a little bit. As you know, I'm getting really deep into the book Talker of the Last Dorok, working really hard on it. So I decided to roll back the amount of streams we do.
Roll back, yeah.
Symbiote. Symbiote back. Yeah, the amount of streams. So we're gonna do one public YouTube stream a month for the foreseeable future until I'm able to get the book done. At which point, when the book's done, all bets are off. We'll be streaming every morning. We wake up, stream, go to bed, stream. No, I'm kidding. But the book is my main priority right now, and so I'm just want to make sure that I have enough time for that. So Still going to be here once a month. Still going to be doing these carvings, and they will still be available to win on the Patreon. So make sure, if you haven't done so yet, at some point tonight we'll pull up the Patreon just for people who haven't joined. Check it out. But we do lots of fun stuff on the Patreon. We do giveaways. We do exclusive drops. And I think people are really stoked on there. We got a nice growing group. And I think it's a pretty good deal. So check it out if you haven't done so yet. There's a description in the video links too. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to get into this.
Yes.
And Gabby has some stuff to talk about. And
I do. And it is considered the news, so I'm running the news stinger because
no
it's the
matter
first one for the year.
Literally no matter what.
All right, here we go.
Entertainment news.
It's the greatest thing we've ever created. And before you get into this, I want to say we met a few people over the holidays from between Designer Con and here locally. We had a meet and greet over at our friend Shojo's Dojo, the local brewery. By the way, Haidar from Shojo's Dojo is going to be joining me on our Patreon stream this weekend on Sunday night. And I'll tell you more about that later if you're on the Patreon, but it's going to be fun. And but we met so many people from the Patreon. And so many people told me directly that the favorite thing about the stream is Gabby, which I have no problem with. I absolutely love that. It takes a lot of the pressure off me. But also that they've been loving the topics that we do that are just off, like not necessarily entertainment stuff, but more like the what not to eat on the first date, or what was the last one we did? I forget.
Oh my God, I forgot.
I forgot what the last one we did was. Someone reminds in the chat.
Someone in the chat.
But like more of the interpersonal stuff. And we love talking about those things. And I think it's funny because people know that, we obviously dated before, in the beginning and we had our own experiences. So we like sharing that stuff. And you guys dig it. So we have some more topics because this is the last stream we do before Valentine's Day. When we see you again, it'll be after Valentine's Day, right?
Yep.
All right, get into it, my love. What we got?
Yeah, like Peter and I were talking about the fact that we wouldn't see you guys until after Valentine's Day and how spicy and contentious the topic of Valentine's Day can be. I know, I don't know about anybody else in this chat, but Peter and I don't really give a shit about Valentine's Day. Like it doesn't really rank high as like a holiday that we put any importance on or really celebrate. Like I think the most that we do is like get a little gift for each other,
or a little pizza.
I mean? Yeah,
we
like
do pizza night.
A little like stay. It's not, we're certainly not pulling all the stops out for Valentine's Day.
We're definitely not going out to dinner on Valentine's Day.
Well, I would also say that and argue that is unique to our city because we live in a major metropolitan area, and usually holidays are when the restaurants are packed and traffic is really bad, and so it's not. Unless you really want to, it's not really worth leaving the house.
Yeah, not for us.
Not for us. We don't want to be stuck in traffic or wait an hour and a half for a table, even if you have a reservation.
But we did in the beginning.
We did it. We did for I would say a hot year.
Yeah.
We really put the effort in to go out, but then after that we're like, we're done.
Yeah, we both
too much. We both looked at each other one day. It was during New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And we got stuck downtown, which is 40 minutes from our house, in New Year's Eve traffic.
Yeah.
Christ. And I remember both of us being in the car we don't need to do this anymore.
I know. We both looked at each other and said, hey, I love you. Hey, I love you too. Do we need to ever leave the house again for a big night like this? And we're like, we don't.
No, we really don't.
From now on, pizza and video games.
Melanie, we have dinner on February 13th and congratulate ourselves for not being suckers.
I mean, there is something to it. Now, I will say that only applies, in my opinion, to people who have been together for a while. I think if you're early on, you still got to put the major effort in. And we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. And so we were thinking about stuff that you shouldn't do on Valentine's Day. Like what are the big no-nos? Because for us, the big no-no is going out to a restaurant because it's going to be disaster, but that might not apply to everybody. So like, what are the universal no-nos? So that's what I kind of pulled up here on The Guardian. There's a lot of articles like this if you search for them, but this one just seemed like the most reasonable, because some of them were ridiculous. Like things not to do on Valentine's Day, like don't go squid hunting. It's like, what? I know. Yeah, exactly. Like I was like, okay, we need to go past this article, but this felt like the most grounded in reality.
Okay.
And some of them and some of the things that were listed are like a little contentious, so I want to discuss.
Oh.
By the way, chat says, Ghost Viking says, LOL, spoken like a married couple, 100%.
Yeah, that's one of the perks.
Brian says, after kids, Valentine's Day kind of falls by the wayside. Just do stuff on another day because Valentine's Day is overpriced and everything is packed. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Of course.
Exactly.
Anyway, okay, so
well, we know some of you guys out there are still like on the early side of things, so we're trying
on
to
the early side of what, dating?
Yeah, like of the relationship.
Yeah,
so you want to like, we need some sage advice from the elders.
Right, exactly. Okay, so number one is buy flowers. This is why I picked this article, because I was like, ooh, that's interesting, because I feel like flowers is the least that you can do.
Yeah.
Right?
They're saying don't do it?
They're saying don't. They said don't buy flowers. They put the price up, you know. What's more, be careful with your choices. Flowers are like watches. It's amazing how ugly so many of them are. I'd rather put a turd on my kitchen table than a blue chrysanthemum. And don't get roses. Roses are boring. Okay, so.
Okay. This is controversial.
This is controversial. And it's funny because I was watching The Fall of the House of Usher. And
great show, by the way. We both loved it.
Oh, yeah, it was really good.
Quick review. Yes, watch.
Well, there's a scene where somebody's in the hospital and a relative brings them a plant, like a fern or something. And another relative comes in with flowers and they're like, wow, we're trying to turn this into a greenhouse or something. And the relative who brought the plant was like, wouldn't you rather have something that's like living in your home and that you can take home and like cherish and nourish and raise, rather than watching your favorite flowers die over the course of a few days? And I felt that.
In other words, like the flowers are going to die because they're already picked, but you can maybe get a plant? Is that what you're trying to get at?
No, I think that the concept of who wants to watch their favorite thing die. Because I know that there's a lot of people out there who really love flowers and they have that feeling of like, don't get me flowers because then I just have to watch this beautiful thing slowly rot on my dining room table, and it's so sad. So I can kind of see how maybe some people would be turned off. Brian Carr says flower prices literally double or triple on Valentine's Day.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's a friggin' racket.
Can I give a little a piece of
Go ahead.
I don't know, a hack,
Advice?
I guess. A hack. I don't know.
Sure.
I go when I'm gonna get flowers for Gabby. I like going to Whole Foods because they have like this section. You know, it's full of look. It's not that they always have the cheapest prices or anything at all, but they have lots of choices. And I usually don't get you like a thing of flowers. There's usually like a cool like little plant thing or like a little
like
an orchid is a good deal.
I mean, okay, look. Here's the other side of that coin, right?
Go ahead.
If you decide like, okay, but I want to get them something.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not going to do flowers now because I'm afraid that they're going to be freaked out by the flowers. So I'm going to get them a plant instead because that's a great idea.
That's
Gabby.
too much responsibility.
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
No. I see.
There's some people who have a fucking black thumb, like like not brown, black, and they will kill anything that they have to take care of. Or maybe they have a green. This is me. I'm now speaking about myself. People who have a green thumb but do not want to exercise said green thumb. It's like too much responsibility.
Right.
Like taking care of another living thing.
Yeah. We thought we were plant people when we first got together.
We had way less on our plate.
That's true.
We weren't taking care of fucking 3 reptiles, 2 dogs, and like 2 careers.
Yeah, we had like 3 cactuses instead.
We had Tony and 3 cactuses.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. We had like we were growing sweet potatoes.
But I get your point.
Whatever.
Yeah, your point is either way, I think the safer bet is flowers. Let them throw it away and get over it. That's not your problem.
You could also get like really nice silk or foam flowers.
I hate that.
I know. Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Hear me out. Because as a woman, okay, as a very girly girl, I can tell you that one of the things that I love is that today you can get foam flowers, like high quality ones that look identical to the real thing and they will never die. And they can be customized. You can recreate your wedding bouquet.
Counterpoint. Now, what if you don't like the fake bouquet I got you?
Well, but here's the thing that now comes in thoughtfulness, right? Like if I'm a dude and, my wife, like the wedding was the most important thing that ever happened to her in her life, then maybe a beautiful thing to do is recreate her bouquet, but in foam, and then give that to her.
In that instance, I could see it. If you're like
a great husband.
If you're early dating, I still say flowers.
If you're early dating,
I think flowers is super safe.
I think flowers
is the move.
Is the move.
As far as this category goes.
Yeah, maybe don't blow the bank.
No. Don't get ridiculous.
Don't go 24 roses.
You should be able to hold it in your hand.
You shouldn't be like, you shouldn't be doing
this.
What?
Like carrying a basket of things.
God, no. And by the way, speaking of, if you are gonna come packing heat, you know what I mean? Like, instead of flowers, or like get a small bouquet of something inexpensive like daisies or baby's breath, which is very romantic and whimsical, and get a fucking picnic basket and fill it with meats and cheeses and candies and cookies, because women fucking love snacks.
Dang, really?
Yes. Okay. Bro, I would lose my mind if somebody came up to me and said, here's a basket of food.
All right,
here's
guys.
like a
Someone in the chat,
board. Think charcuterie board.
Someone in the chat remind me to do this for Gabby for Valentine's Day, because I will forget, and that's a good idea.
No, I mean, I just buy that with your credit card now, so you don't have to get it for me. Anyway, but I mean, when we were dating, if you would come up to me and say, like, Happy Valentine's Day, here's the charcuterie board's worth of shit in a basket with some really like whimsical flowers and a bottle of wine, or your favorite, I don't know if you're non-alcoholic, like a sparkling fucking lemonade or something, and you have a baller gift.
I think if you think your significant other or the person your Valentine presents as a Gabby, do it. I would probably never have shown up on a early Valentine's Day with meats and cheeses. I would have loved to know I could have.
Yeah, but listen to me.
Yeah.
Not like, don't go to the fucking deli and ask for a pound of sliced fucking honey ham. Like, go and get the good shit, like prosciutto and serrano ham.
You're talking about like a presentable basket.
Like, just look up what goes on a charcuterie board, and then like grab all of those ingredients as pretty packaging as possible and throw it in a fucking basket. Okay. That shit is so romantic. Like, I mean, I know, like, people say the key to a man's heart is through his stomach. Bro, for women, that goes double or triple. And throw in a fucking box of Oreos in that bitch.
Not Oreos. Don't say Oreos.
I know that sounds fucked up, but Oreos are incredible.
Like a chocolate sandwich cookie that looks a little bit fancier.
Okay, go, whatever. You
Not
can go
straight
fancy.
up Oreos.
But
Oreos
honestly,
any day.
if somebody came up with, like, this super fancy basket and also had a fucking, like, family-sized thing of Oreos in there, I would be like, I will marry you right now.
I feel like we need a disclaimer.
It's cute.
It is cute. If you do it right, anything can work.
Yeah, that has to be for like a silly, quirky, girl.
Yeah, if you know,
if she's kind of more on the like,
I would take Oreos for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, but if you're like a high maintenance chick, maybe not high maintenance, but like if you're a little bit more like fancy and like a little bit more picky about things, and maybe don't go the Oreo route. Yeah. But if you have like a fucking hood rat bitch like me, throw the fucking Oreos in there. Maybe some hot Cheetos. I don't know. You could. The idea is just get silly with it too. Like it doesn't have to be super serious. Sometimes injecting humor through like a funny addition to a gift basket, like a food gift basket, it's like it brings, I don't know what the je ne sais quoi.
So okay, anyway. Good. So what else do they got in there?
Okay, anyway, the next thing. Oh, a meat bouquet.
John Baloo says Serrano ham, best Valentine's Day.
I need to go through the chat before I move on to the next one, because the chat was popping off.
Chelsea says snacks on snacks on snacks.
Snacks on snacks on snacks. Let's see.
Wait, what did Ryan Dole say? I think number 2 is great.
Let me go back through.
Oh, because they're already reading ahead.
Looks like there's a market for Attack Peter Valentine's Day cards. Bro, that would be hilarious. Lego has a bunch of flower sets. Melanie, we're going to talk about that in a moment.
I'm glad you brought it up, because I want to hear her point.
Lego flowers. We'll talk about that. I would rather get chocolate than flowers. Yeah, 100%. If you have to make the choice, go chocolate rather than flowers.
Okay.
Yeah, flowers, a card, and sometimes candy, or it's gonna be a rough night, bro. If that's it, that's all you did, and your person really admires or puts a lot of importance on the day, then you did the least, and you deserve nothing. Shrimp flavored chips. See, that's what I'm talking about. I would laugh so hard.
Well,
Like,
that's a reference to our Patreon stream.
I know, but like if you went to the Asian mart and like you got me all these fancy things and then you threw in like fucking duck tongue flavored chips, I would be like, this is hilarious. I'm so into it.
We tried duck tongue flavored Lay's
On the Patreon stream.
on the
It was
Patreon
great.
stream, and spoilers, it was good.
Yeah. Melanie says baby's breath still looks good even when it's dead. Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Those things, they dry well. You can keep them. It looks pretty.
For guys out there, baby's breath is that little accessory flower that's sprinkled in with
It's
other
like
bouquets.
white. Yeah, it's like a white little tiny flower that's like, it's got a lot of them. Right, exactly.
I always think it's the trash flower.
No,
you take
but
it out
it's
of a
my
bouquet.
favorite. It's my favorite flower. And most women will say like, "Oh shit, I love that flower."
That's so funny.
I know. Chloroform, Rich. Somebody stop Rich. John Serrano ham, best V-Day gift. Honestly though, if you get me a really good Serrano ham, I'm fucking in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Women love meat and cheeses. Correct.
Interesting.
The chocolate strawberries always got right. Let me tell you why chocolate strawberries are the wrong choice.
Oh, really?
Yes. Don't do it.
Why?
Unless somebody is so into chocolate strawberries, but don't take a gamble on that shit because number one, they're super overpriced. Strawberries are like a trash fruit. You can get them in bulk all year long. And so when you get like strawberries covered in chocolate, they're pricing them like crazy because February isn't technically strawberry season, but who fucking cares? There's strawberries all the time and chocolate all the time. So let's not even fucking pretend.
But do
here's the
people like
problem.
them? Do people like them?
When you take a strawberry and you encase it in chocolate, something starts to happen.
What happens?
The fucking fruit starts to break down inside the shell.
No way.
So what happens is when you take a bite into that thing, you're not gonna get a fresh, crunchy, delicious, sweet strawberry fucking with the crackle of the chocolate. What you're gonna get is fucking wet chocolate that tastes like strawberry and a fucking weird slime pod on the inside. It's
killing me.
horrific. It's horrific. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Unless you make them straight, like right there in front of somebody.
Which I think is a cool thing. You can make your own chocolate.
Sorry, I have,
Get
a
the
lot,
magic
of, I have a
shell.
lot of feelings about this shit. I'm sorry. I didn't realize, but apparently I have a lot of
Trigger
feelings.
warning for Gaby.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Alex Design Co says Publix got that Serrano ham at the deli now. I know. Anyway. Moving on. Number 2, have sex. Unless, of course, it's not with your partner. Otherwise, it's going to be the opposite of what sex is about, spontaneity.
Well, yeah. Well,
I mean, a one-night stand or
but what?
whatever.
But like, oh, okay, win the lottery. Like, what kind of advice is that?
I mean, I guess like this kind of goes with, you and I talked about this earlier about like, don't schedule a first date on Valentine's Day. It's a bad move.
Right.
Wait until the 15th or the 16th. Like,
Right.
Then who cares what happens? But if you have your first date on Valentine's Day and you pipe, that's weird, bro. I don't know. I would be weirded out.
I just think that's dumb advice. Like, okay, sure. Like, hey, you know what would be great right now? Find $100 on the floor on the way to the supermarket.
I guess it's different for women.
Dumb.
Anyway, number 3, buy anything heart-shaped. No soap,
Oh,
chocolates, cakes,
I'm
picture
sorry.
frames, tea
You're
bags, you
saying
name it.
don't have sex on
Do
that.
not have sex.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why they said this is a list of don'ts. So it's don't have
Well,
sex.
I don't see why not either, but okay, whatever. That one's a weird one.
I mean,
I don't understand either way.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah. Buy anything heart-shaped. Yeah, I agree. Like, getting like
this is a good one.
coming home with something heart-shaped is a little like obvious, I guess. Is it obvious or is it?
You mentioned that it's like, what are you gonna like? No one's gonna display heart-shaped stuff all year long.
I mean, I do, but I love hearts. But like it.
But most, yeah, you're rolling the dice.
But you're rolling the dice, exactly. And especially if it's like very Valentine's Day heart, not like
Right, that's
just
what I mean.
rando heart. Yeah.
Yeah, like if it's like like it's one of these I don't know, Care Bears holding a heart type of thing.
Right.
That's like, Walgreens last minute.
Yeah. Send an anonymous Valentine's card. I don't get it. What's the point? Don't. That's a weird.
That one's weird
sending
nowadays.
Anonymous anything is weird.
Yeah, that one's a weird one nowadays. I feel like there was a time and place. There was an era where like a secret admirer was a cute thing.
Yeah, but now it reads fucking creepy stalker.
Yeah.
And I can't do it.
Yeah. Know your era.
Right. Look, John says fondue party on your living room floor. Fresh dip those strawberries. Yes.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree with that.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about sharing a hot fucking pot of cheese with somebody.
No, but chocolate's
like,
fine.
If it's chocolate, it's a little bit different. But maybe
A hot
just
pot of cheese.
Yeah, like someone they do be farting.
They do.
And so
Can you imagine everybody tanks up?
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my God. Imagine going on a Valentine's Day date with somebody you've been with for a little while, maybe a young relationship, and you go, you know what? Fucking the melting pot, bro. And you go and you have a hot pot of cheese.
Do you think?
And then on the ride home, either it's just fucking farts filling the car or somebody has catastrophic diarrhea.
How common do you think farts on a first date are for like nervous? Because you could be nervous.
Yes, I think very common. I think probably more often than you think people have anxiety farts. Yeah,
I've had
a first date.
I've been on a date or a first date and I've had to fart so bad and I've had like knife searing pain in my stomach.
Why didn't you just go to the bathroom?
I'm telling you, I was like in a situation where I couldn't I don't remember the specifics, but I just know I've been there and I'm always like looking for an excuse like, wait right here for 1 second, and I just go around the corner and rip a chainsaw.
Oh my God.
And then I come back like and like the plants are wilting behind me.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah.
I sympathize. I feel like there's certain dates like what if you're on like a Ferris wheel?
My God, and you're stuck.
And it's like you think you're gonna let out, like you're at the top and it's moving, so like, well, if I let it out here quietly, it'll just stay up in the atmosphere. Heat rises, you know what I mean?
I mean, it better be moving. Yeah, but if you're in like the one from Disney where it's like you're inside of a room basically,
God.
and then you're stuck at 10,000 feet with a fucking fart.
Oh my God, dude, it's a glass case. Suddenly the foggy.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Relationship over. I mean, Ryan says farts are funny though. If she lets one rip and it makes me laugh, I'll be dropping a knee.
It's almost a double standard. Like
Yeah.
if it's the other way around. Look, I'll say it this way: if you have a nervous fart in a first date and the other person can laugh it off, that's a good sign.
Yeah, it is a good sign.
It's a good sign.
Laughing it off or not making a big deal out of it because everybody fucking farts and that's just like part of life.
But try not to fart on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, try not to ruin the fucking.
While you're having hot cheese on the living room floor.
I love Melanie was in the chat like, why on the floor?
I know. Pull up like a nice throw.
Why does it have to be on the floor?
I brought you this floor cheese.
Oh my God, here's
finest.
your pot of floor cheese, and there's like fucking carpet lint getting into
100%,
the cheese and
dude.
stirred in. Silver Kate says came into this at a great time. Yeah, when we're talking about fucking hot pots of cheese and farts, so we're having a great time. Let's see. I don't know why this is even included, but pretend to be having a good time when you're not.
Don't pretend to be having a good time when you're not.
You should never do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
unless you feel bad for the person.
I mean, yeah, but then like, why would anyway? Propose marriage. I 100% agree with this. Please do not propose on fucking Valentine's Day.
I was out for Valentine's Day, and I was at PF Chang's, where most people go on Valentine's Day dates.
Somebody proposed at a PF Chang's?
Someone proposed at a PF Chang's. I'm not above it. If the mood is right, fine. But she turned him down in front of everybody.
Ooh, that's why.
That's the problem.
She was like, really, bro?
She was like, no, please get up, please. It was like that was awkward. Like, please get up, like that.
So spicy.
And then he just,
Oof,
man.
My God, the cringe of it all.
I know. I feel like I'm having
that's a bummer.
Embarrassment for myself.
That is a bummer. That's why, I feel like in this day and age,
high risk, high reward.
Fucking just talk about getting married.
Yeah.
Don't force somebody to
be surprised.
guess whether. Yeah, it's a two-way street. first of all, don't force somebody to figure out what ring you want and figure out a whole fucking scenario where they propose to you and they have to put themselves on the line and not know if you're gonna say yes or no. Oof. And like,
then you fart.
And don't put right, and then don't put somebody on the line to like suddenly have to make this life-changing fucking decision like in a random moment. You know what I mean?
Look at our show. Look at our show. We're talking about farting and proposing to marriage while I'm carving Venom next to you. Like,
we have a great show.
It's a funny show.
We have a great show. Yeah. So, Melanie, public proposals are bad news. Yeah, for the most part.
Hey, congratulations to anybody who's pulled off a public proposal.
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Raph, pro tip, don't get married. Why not?
Aw.
We're married. It's great. It's awesome. I would say don't shy away from marriage unless you have some really strong feelings about it. But like getting married is great. You just have to be on the same page.
Yeah. All right.
It just seems like, yeah, see, Zygona says, I would be mortified if I was tossed into a very public situation like that. Yes, dude, me too.
Yeah.
Peter fucking, he didn't propose to me. We talked about getting married while we were like, I think we were on the way to visit one of your grandparents at the cemetery. Like,
whoa.
It was, I know this sounds fucked up, but like, we were.
And then I publicly proposed to you. I put my knee down on my grandfather's grave, and his hand popped up with a ring. And I go, would you take this ring?
Would you take? No, Peter and I literally just said like, we should just get married. And then I go, okay, I'm going to pick out my ring. And then you just give me your credit card. And then the ring came. And the most surprise was that I didn't get to see when the box came or open the box. I think Pete kept it in his like possession. And then we went, cause I said, I was like, I always wanted to get proposed to at Disney cause I'm lame. And he waited until we were at Disney for MegaCon, and because we went to Disney Springs, and he proposed to me at the fucking Sprinkles. And he didn't propose to me; he just gave me the ring. He's
I
like,
just slid it over with a donut.
Like, yeah. No.
For context, this is both of our second marriages, so like.
Yeah. It also.
But now the fun part is I've debated in my head.
We also didn't do a ceremony or anything, by the way. That was like the most momentous occasion.
No, we shook hands on March 11th.
I should post the picture of us with the marriage contract.
You should post it.
It's very
what I was gonna say is now I've thought about a fun prank that from now until the end of time I'm gonna pretend to propose to you in public places.
Dude, there was like a fucking Instagram reel about this. Yes. You just keep getting down and the girl in the reel keeps going like, get the fuck up, get up. I don't care. At this point, I'll just be like, ugh, and walk away. Cause I'm not gonna have that.
But I'll do it like in an elevator with a bunch of people.
That's fine. I'll be like, this guy's a fucking idiot. And then you'll get up and fart and then everyone will realize.
At that point, you should fart.
Yeah. Well, all of us. Yeah. It was very not anything. Like, it was very romantic.
I did that knowing who my client was. Like, Gaby does not like.
I had expressed that that's what I wanted. I didn't want any hullabaloo.
Yeah.
I didn't want it. Yeah. I just wanted to fucking be married already. I didn't want to think about it too much. Anyway. Let's see, where are we at? Number 7, go out for a meal. Yeah, we just talked about this. It's hard to get a table. It's depressing to watch 20 other couples not having fun too. I agree.
There's something to that. Like, I couldn't articulate that in the past.
Like the vibe of the room is
really
like, bad, and you're like, why?
There's always this weird. I mean, I don't know if it's me projecting, but sometimes I get that feeling that everyone's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird atmosphere.
It is a weird atmosphere. Go out. Oh, sorry. Surprise her with a balloon ride. It's just too symbolic when they extinguish the flame and let the air out. Yeah, I especially if like
I would be mortified.
Especially if you haven't had that conversation yet about like what are your biggest fears, and like what if that person's biggest fear is fucking height or balloons.
Yeah.
Like or fire or
helium
being stranded somewhere, like, or maybe they're claustrophobic and they know they can't get out of that little basket because they're fucking 8,000 feet up in the air or whatever the hell. Like, don't do that shit, bro. It's not romantic. It's tone deaf.
You want to know something? I have an example of that, and I think it was either for my birthday or for Valentine's Day. My ex gave me a gift. That I've told you about this. I don't know if I've talked about this on the stream before, but it was basically like, first of all, for gifting, I'm very easy. I don't like any big deal.
Yeah, Peter's easy.
I'm easy. I like almost anything anybody gets me, as long as it seems like they put a modicum of thought into it. Yeah. Honestly, like just the idea that someone would think to get me a gift, I'm like, wow, that's so cool.
Right.
But this gift was like the opposite of what I would want.
What?
And it was a day taking trapeze lessons.
What?
I've told you this, haven't I?
I forgot about, honestly.
Flying trapeze.
I don't even know.
I'm not even fucking kidding you. It's exactly what you picture in your head. It was an all-day outdoor in the Miami heat flying trapeze lessons that ended in multiple fails. I was not in any good shape. I was in my least athletic phase of my life. I still was so I was so pissed. I was in like this group of like 4 other people that seemed like they were randomly there, like chosen to be there. And we were like all day together. She didn't even come do it with me.
What?
Yeah, it was like from my memory.
It was just you?
Yeah.
And even worse.
No, she went, but she
went
was
to just watch, like
the whole
a
thing.
little, like watching your kid go onto a fucking
what's
the thing, the carousel, and just waving from the side.
Yeah. She thought she was doing like a very creative thing,
but my God, your ex-wife is fucking out of control.
She thought she was doing a thoughtful thing, and I appreciated the thought, but it was like just nothing to do with me. And so anytime you would fall, because I was literally being jostled and tossed by these giant athletic specimen, and they were like, you have to hold the thing and you jump down super high up. There's a rope net underneath, so if you fall, you're not gonna die. But do that rope. I fell so many times, it sliced my face up so many ways.
Oh my God.
But at the end, I did a whole full thing where I swung. I came down this way. Somebody grabbed my ankles and tossed me to the next one. And then I had to grab the bar with my knees. Bro, don't even ask. Because the only thing worse than doing it would have been failing publicly in front of everybody.
Oh my God. Brian Carr says, did they think you wanted to be Dick Grayson?
Seriously, the flying, that's all I could think about, by the way, that I was going to die like Robin's parents.
Oh, shit. Were you in tights? Frank wants to know.
No, and that's even the worst part, because they didn't even tell you.
Were you in like regular fucking clothes?
Yeah, regular clothes. The backs of my knees were on fire, dude.
Rich says maybe she was hoping to off you, and I wonder if that's true.
If only I had any money to my name, but it's just like an example of not a good gift, because it doesn't consider the recipient at all.
Johnny says, are you two going to MegaCon Orlando next month? I'll have an artist alley spot there. Actually, Johnny, we are. We're going to be there for one day. We're going to be there on Saturday. I think we're going up like Friday evening, and then we plan to be there for a few hours on Saturday, and then we're going to be coming back to Miami that night. So it's a short little trip to MegaCon, but we will be there.
But Johnny, please message us. Message us all the info so we
stop by, because we'll forget. So really
message us.
Shout it to the rooftop.
Yeah, message us now, and message us multiple times the day of if you remember to.
Just know Friday night we'll be there, and then Saturday pretty much all day until about like 4:00, which is when our train leaves. Yeah. So, and if anybody else is going to be at MegaCon, we will be there on Saturday. So if you want to meet up with us, just let us know.
And if anybody's standing in line for Boba Fett and wants to, get me up to the front of the line, that'd be sweet.
That would be wonderful. Hey, Jenny's here. Hi,
hey.
Jenny is a wonderful friend, and she's also a tattoo artist, an incredibly talented one. Yep. I gave her the entire back of my calf, or my entire calf, the back of my leg. All right, whatever. Anyway. Don't go see 50 Shades of Grey. Gross. Don't sling away the contraception to see what happens, bro.
What?
Like, don't.
What does that even mean?
Don't raw dog your partner. That's what that means. Don't ever do that ever. Like, unless you're trying to get pregnant and you're in a committed relationship, but like, don't fucking do it. Gross. Don't make vows or promises of any kind. Yes, that's like, I think that goes back to the marriage thing. Don't surprise her with a puppy. 100
Ever,
fucking %.
ever do that.
Do not surprise somebody with an animal.
Ever.
Please, God. Unless they wanted that animal and they've been prepping for it and just thinking about it and all they wanted was this animal and they had already bought everything and they were just waiting, then okay. But like, if you just like fucking cold clock someone over the head with a fucking response, a child, basically you're giving them the responsibility of a child.
Jeez, yeah. There you go.
And then you're like guilting them into keeping the animal if they don't want it because they feel like a monster.
The only
returning
live animal I would bring to someone on a date is a live lobster that I was going to cook for them that night. That's literally the only one.
That's horrible too.
Well, I'm just saying that's the closest you could get.
Anyway,
I guarantee you that happens.
don't give them a mixtape because it's 2024. Don't send Valentine's cards to your kids. Yes, you will scar them for life.
Cards to your kids. What do you mean?
Yeah. Like if you're a mom and you,
My mom used to give me a Valentine's Day card every year.
it's a little sad.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I mean, you
cute.
don't mind because your mom is super cute, but like I know some people have been, like fucking.
Well, if it's
scarred by
romantic, that would be weird.
No, not romantic, but like, oh, you got Valentine's from your mom.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like that's all you got was your poor mom taking pity on you and being like, "Here's a Valentine's." Anyway,
I don't mind.
don't give them money.
Don't give your
We've
date money.
talked about this.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
we've talked about this because we talked about it. Wasn't this
tacky.
part of our Christmas gift thing?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, like if you do it really creatively, I guess, then yes. But like, don't just give them a fucking bank envelope with a bunch of 20s and be like, "Happy Valentine's Day." Like, pay for something. Like, pay for them to go get their nails, or pay for them to go and get a massage, or pay
like
for
spoil
whatever.
them.
Yeah, like spoil them, but don't just give them cold hard cash and be like, "Do whatever you want with this." 'Cause it's just a little cold.
Just peeling off from a wad. Here.
I don't like it. I mean, there's something kind of like gangster mafia hot about that, but like,
You better be a gangster mafia.
yeah, but then you
hot
better
guy.
be a gangster, like a mafia wife, because otherwise it's not hot anymore. You know, there's a trend that's happening right now in nails where women want to have mafia wife nails.
What even
and it's
is
like
that?
a callback to The Sopranos.
What is
and
it? Mafia wife nails.
like like really long, sometimes with some kind of like animal print, like leopard or zebra, or just like a French manicure, but just like really long. Yeah, it's like the concept is that like if you're a mafia wife, you can have super long, ridiculous nails because you don't have to do anything.
Oh, that's
you're
interesting.
home, you're like a kept woman, so like
Okay.
you don't have to do anything. But they're just like a little bit on the tacky side because
Got
it's
it.
like New Jersey, New York mafia kind of thing.
Nice,
you
nice,
know?
nice. I
It's
like
it's
it.
very Sopranos, if you know what I mean.
I like it.
Anyway, let's see. Don't give them my side, your side pillowcases. If you've got your own side of the bed, it's too late for Valentine's anyway. That is true. That is true. No soft toys. Oh, I think he's talking about plushies, and I'm not. I have feelings about this, but we'll talk about it in a second. Don't get them a professional pole dancing pole. This is a real
Bro,
thing.
how is that a real thing?
Unless
dude?
you want a punch in the mush to remember the day.
A punch in the mush? Is this a UK article?
It is.
Oh.
It's very, very British. Unless this person has expressed that that's what they want. Because there are some women
In
who
what
like
world would you buy someone a pole dancing
if you have a partner
Yeah.
who is really into pole dancing, which
Sure.
there are people
yeah,
who
fine,
do that for
fine,
exercise and for confidence, whatever.
Yeah.
And they say, you know what, I would really love to have one of these at home.
I told you about this the other day, didn't I? I'm not going to say who
Okay.
because some people might
Well, I
know.
don't remember, so
It's a public person. I'm not going to say who.
Oh.
But I follow this person for other reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even say what because then everybody might figure out what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
suddenly on my feed, I started getting videos, reels, whatever, of
Of them pole
this
dancing.
same person who I never met in person, frankly.
Mm.
Very non-clothed.
Yeah, pole dancing,
Pole
is
dancing.
usually done with very little clothes because you're using the friction of your skin
Totally
to hold
understand
onto the
it.
pole.
Totally understand it, and no judgment. It was just like, it was a sudden
It was a
thing
little,
that I didn't know
it's
I
like
was
a little
following. Like,
shocking.
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah. I
So I know it's a thing.
it is a thing, and like there are women who do it and it gives them a lot of confidence
That's
and it
great.
helps them work out
That's
and
great. I think
like,
it's great.
you know, whatever. And so if you have one of those partners, you should absolutely
Sure.
listen to them if they say, I want a professionally installed, not like a fucking Amazon special, a professionally installed pole in my living room so that I can practice at home. If that is the scenario,
Right.
then yes. If that is not the scenario, that exact scenario, then no. It's a really easy chart.
Dude, I just love the idea that these people had to come up with these things based on shit they've heard.
Of course. Oh, see, this is stupid. Don't get them chocolates. I disagree.
That's stupid.
I'm okay with chocolates.
I just think
I know that it sounds unimaginative, but
I could give you an example of how it's lame or when it would be lame.
Well, if you give me a fucking like plain Hershey's bar and be like, Happy Valentine's Day, I'm
if
gonna
you
kick
just
out
go
of
to
the house.
Walgreens and grab like the
No, don't
fucking
do that.
stale Russell Stover box, I think there's better ways to do it these days.
Yeah, go get some like handmade fucking fudge or something. Like really put some thought into the chocolate. Go to Godiva and like get a box of curated fucking,
Yeah.
but like do some work.
Yeah. I think that's the key, right? To make it feel like
it's effort.
like you thought about them.
Finally, don't send poetry, particularly a poem you've written yourself. It will almost certainly be awful, and you'll put your partner through the ordeal of pretending to like it. 100%.
Oh my God, you know what I just thought of, Gabby?
Do not write a song
No, wait a
and
minute.
then
What if you- what
sing
if-
it to your partner while playing the guitar and staring into their eyes for 4 minutes. You deserve to go to hell.
Yeah, in fact, I would say even if you're a great singer and
Don't
guitar player,
fucking do it. Don't
it's
do
still
it.
uncomfortable.
It's horrible. Don't do it.
Record it if you need to.
Record it. Give it to them on a fucking an MP3. Send it to them by email,
Yeah,
and just
make sure you're good before you do that. You know, I was.
I'm just thinking about
Me
somebody
too.
fucking kidnapping you and holding you fucking hostage while they sing their song to you. And like, what if they sing bad or play guitar bad? Or what if the lyrics are ridiculous?
Do you know what I was just thinking about right now as you were talking about that poetry thing? That I wonder, this is a new thing that people are gonna have to deal with, is people just cranking out AI poetry on ChatGPT and then reading and like getting it printed like a nice manuscript or whatever, and then
I
giving
guess.
that. No, I'm saying that's lame, but that's probably gonna be a thing now.
Don't sing into the intercom like Happy Gilmore. No, actually, I would be there for that. No rap songs either. 100%. 100%.
Unfortunately, I think there's so many of these bad ideas, quote unquote, would be considered quirky and fun if you're like an 11 out of 10 attractive quality. Like if you
It
look,
also depends on who you are.
Yeah.
Like it, you know, if you are a couple where one person is a songwriter, a singer-songwriter,
Right.
and they, you know, that's very romantic. That's different,
Yeah.
Especially if they're good at what they do.
yeah,
But,
we're covering like the average.
this is the average Joe.
Yeah,
This
average
is the
Joe.
average Joe and Josephina.
Yeah, Josephina.
You know. Okay, done with that list. So you've been warned.
Yeah,
No, what's our takeaways here? No
I-
fondues.
no floor cheese.
No excessive amounts of dairy on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that rule
please.
continues to apply.
Food is okay.
No proposals.
Food at home is best.
Yeah.
Don't go out. No,
Cooking.
No.
Do we like
big-
cooking?
yeah.
Do we like cooking?
I'm on the fence about that
Yeah.
because I feel like
Could be a mess. It could go.
could be a mess. It
Yeah,
could,
something
you know, what if
simple.
that person doesn't like to cook? Like
something simple. Something. No. You would have to offer it.
I
I'm
feel
saying-
like catering is a better idea.
Catering's a good idea,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
don't get it. I mean, unless you're and even if you're a chef, like give the person a fucking break.
Yeah,
bro.
it's not all
That's what
about you.
They do for a living.
Yeah,
You know, cook for them only if you know how to fucking handle yourself. Don't decide on Valentine's Day that you want to learn how to cook on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know,
Good call. My love, you're very
I am very,
generous
very-
with your knowledge.
I am.
Thank you.
People should be thanking me. I take tips. I don't know where I would receive them, but I take them.
All right.
So the next thing by Thomas, he says he's logging off. Thank you for a great stream. Chelsea says fondant. Melanie says if Happy Gilmore is your favorite movie, then you might love an intercom song. I
That's
agree.
true.
Frank says roses are red, lemons are tart. Excuse me, babe, I got to fart. See, if I receive that poem, 100%,
Yeah.
it's on.
But then she looks up and you're like,
Why are you a baby? Chelsea says lots of dance studios are doing roller pole now with skates. That sounds fucking ridiculously dangerous. Yeah. It looks really cool. I haven't gotten to try it yet. Dude, if you do, please tell me.
And be safe.
And also be safe and wear all of the protective gear. Armor. Please, God. Okay, so... Raph says, geez, I feel like there's no point in expressing love now. No, there's other options. Like there's other options. I'm sorry. There's other things that you can do as a couple together that as long as I think, okay, here.
Yeah, give them a little positive before we just...
This is the key. It's fucking communicating. Yeah. Like, just talk to each other and be open about what you expect for that day. There's nothing wrong. You should not put into somebody's hands these lofty expectations of what you want if you haven't communicated it. If I've already told Peter 1,000 times that I love fucking sloths, whatever. Like they make me cry.
Sentence is not great. Sentence structure, not great.
Every time that I see them. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. Rephrase. If I love sloths and I would love to meet them one day and like get to hold them. And if Peter surprises me with
a sloth encounter,
meet and greet the sloths, hang out with them, fucking feed them bananas and apples and cry, then that surprise is fantastic because he listened and I communicated.
Right.
You see how that works? So that's like the answer. That's how you express love, is by showing your partner that you're listening and you're paying attention. And you also show love to your partner by communicating the things that you love so that they're not always trying to fucking understand or guess what you want. That is so rude.
Gaby is, by the way, just so you guys know who Gaby is, she puts she puts a Christmas list of what she would like for Christmas on an Amazon list.
Yeah.
Like what
I make an Amazon list.
And then she shares it with anybody.
Put all of the things that I love and that I want because if
doesn't
you
your
don't
whole
know
family do this?
Yes. Because we understand how fucking annoying it is to try to play the goddamn guessing game every time that there's a special event. And here's the other part, by the way, whoever wants to poo-poo on wish list, Peter, is that by looking at my wish list, you should be able to know who the fuck I am.
Oh, I already know who you are.
Like if my entire wish list is like arts and crafts and like or whatever, like puzzles, you know, like everything there is like fucking puzzles, books about puzzles, fucking makeup that's themed as a puzzle. Like then you know I like you know what I mean? So if you don't want to get something from Amazon, then go and find me something about puzzles somewhere else. It's fine.
The list is a puzzle.
But like the list itself should be an indication of what that person really likes. You know what I mean? That should make it easy.
I think it's perfect. I think you're wonderful.
Anyway, so I put together this really fun activity for us. Because as a former teacher, I love a good activity.
What do we got?
John says my wife gets a sloth encounter every day. Oh, I love that. Silver K says, and over communicating, just saying I don't care, whatever, or just dinner is not going to work. 100%.
Right.
Please do not take the apathetic role like that. It's so lame. It's so lame and so boring. Like, what, do you not have a fucking personality? Because I'm about to find out real quick when you tell me, whatever, I don't care, just dinner. If you say that shit, I know that you are a fucking wet blanket and I'm letting you go fast. Here, babe, I got you a matching Mondo Skeletor 1/6 deluxe time so we can dress them up differently together. Hey, if both of you are collectors, fucking do it, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking do it. Oh, my God. Johnny says listening and being vulnerable. What? I know it sounds so fucking crazy, but honestly, it's great.
All right, let's get this list going.
Okay, so the activity. Sorry, I wanted to fucking pay attention to the chat. So this activity is like a rank. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but this is it's like a tier ranking system.
Yeah,
so you can basically put whatever you want into it and like rank it. So I decided to do that with Valentine's Day gifts.
I think this is actually really good.
I know. So you guys can help me kind of rank it.
We just told you things that don't sound like a good idea. And here we can at least clarify things that might be a better idea. Does that make sense?
Precisely. Okay, so I know that they're images, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna tell you what each image represents so that you can help me rank it. But I will give you my ranking and like me and Peter's ranking first, and then you guys can chime in about where you think it should go. So the ranking system is, I always think about like good, better, best. Like if there's anything in the world that you're thinking about getting, think about it in terms of like, is this good? Can I do better than this? What's the best version of this? And then on the like, take a moment and think about what you're doing is like maybe not or absolutely no. Nope. Just put it down. Put it down, put it away. Okay, so here are your options. The first one up on the list, which Peter was shocked when I told him this.
What is it?
It's anti-aging or wrinkle cream.
Yeah, this is a weird one, but Gabby pointed out. I'm like, who would get? I said, who would get that for someone? She goes, what many people don't realize is when you're getting like a creams or gift set or whatever it is, that's apparently some of those are that.
Well, okay, yeah, like if you're not paying attention, you could grab like a gift set of creams, like fancy creams from Clinique or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, something that looks expensive.
It's like expensive and whatever, and then you don't read the fine print because maybe you're not into that world, and it's like an anti-aging wrinkle cream, and then you give it to your significant other and they're like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah,
I feel like we talked about this for Christmas too. Like, you don't ever want to give people beauty products that target
a flaw.
Yeah, or a perceived flaw. Like, I don't think that wrinkles are a flaw.
Right. But maybe the person would take it the wrong way.
Exactly. You just don't want to play that game of Russian roulette unless, like I've mentioned, they've asked for it.
Right.
Which is why I'm leaving it in maybe not. So like, unless you have somebody who says like, yeah, I know it's anti-aging, get it for me anyway. It's made out of fucking like, $1 million per ounce sea slug ooze. And I've been dying to have this product, since I was whatever. Please get that for me. Okay, then fine, get it for. But chances are that's not your significant other. So like, just stay away. Stay away. Go to Bath and Body Works and get whatever the lady at the counter says is the most popular fucking gift set of like lotions, fragrances, whatever, and get them that. And that's, by the way, an auxiliary gift.
Oh yeah,
there should be a main gift. Bath and Body Works does not count as the gift.
Damn.
Don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
I couldn't believe when she told me that.
Don't do it.
I've gotten those before for people.
Don't do it. That's just as bad as going to Walgreens and getting the fucking Whitman sampler box and being like, here's your gift.
Okay, good. Okay, I got it.
Don't do it.
Point taken.
Okay, a framed picture of you and your partner that has not been pre-approved by said partner.
Ooh, I know that's not a good idea.
You know why, right?
Yeah. No, I don't know why.
Because, dude, you don't, unless your partner is like, damn, I look great in that picture.
Oh, yeah, of course.
What if you fucking give them a gift and you're like, oh, this is the sweetest gift ever. I went and I printed out, which today going out and printing a picture is like a big deal. Here's this framed photo with this beautiful frame of you and I at the Grand Canyon. Right. And like, you look fucking great, but your significant other looks like the Hunchback from Notre Dame. And they're like, oh my God, well, I never want to display this. Why do you think I look good in this? Like, why wouldn't you ask? Don't.
Yeah, it would have to be a picture that you know that they love.
Which, by the way, I think I'm going to put it in maybe not. Like, again, there's the caveat there of like, okay, maybe it's been, but maybe not.
I think it could be.
I feel like the framed pictures can be something that you can do any day of the fucking year. You don't have to wait to give it as a gift. You can just say like, you know what? I think I want to
You know what the better version of that gift is? The better version of that gift is making is taking a bunch of photos that you took on vacation together somewhere and making like a little video with the music.
Hold on. But you've taken video and pictures of me before that I've never seen, that when I do see them and you post them for my birthday or whatever, I'm like, oh my God.
Really?
Why would he post that? I look like a fucking troll. Yes. So pre-approve all things like that. Yes, please. Rich says, I just give a framed picture of me. Yeah. That works. I like having framed pictures of my husband.
Yeah, but I would never give you.
I've given you framed pictures of me.
It's different.
Why is it different?
I don't know. It's just different.
Yeah, but I've also, again, whatever. Anyway.
You're a rare beauty.
They were like professionally taken shots. Anyway. Am I on the right track here, by the way, chat? Like, let me know if I'm off base here. Yeah. I feel like I'm being very generous by putting them in
I want to see what gets a great and a nope.
or a best, like
Yeah.
the best gift that you can get,
Yeah,
and like
what's-
the worst gift that you can get.
what's great on
Don't
that
worry,
one?
I'm just getting fired up. Okay, next one. Giant sized candy. Like a fucking like a chocolate heart that's the size of a human torso.
No, you made a great
or like
example,
a
which
fucking
is
gummy bear.
like you and I
Like a
would
massive
you and I
gummy.
love Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yes.
But there's that big one floating around. It looks like a coffee
There's
table.
first
That's
of all,
terrible.
there's no way that tastes good.
Not only that, but like get that for your dorm buddies or something like that. I don't think there's anything.
Dorm buddy.
You know what I mean? Like when you're like, guys, are we gonna eat this shit? And then slice like a pizza, and then you know,
Okay, yeah.
it's a goof. It's a goof thing.
Yeah, or like your friend or girlfriend who just broke up, you know, or got dumped, and they're like, you know, in that self-pity stage. Yeah, get them the
Or
giant.
your 8-year-old nephew who wants to like
Yeah.
feel like ridiculous
Fine.
at a birthday party.
Sure, but like your fucking significant other,
It's
like
not-
that's the thing that you pop. You're like, bro, wait until she gets this gift.
Wait until she
Like, you
gets this fucking Hershey
Wait
tape,
until-
Hershey bar we can go to sleep on top of. It's so big. Yeah.
Personally, that's a nope for me.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, that's a big nope for me.
There are better
That's
ways to
disgusting.
celebrate
you know,
your love
you
of
know
sweets.
it's stale. You know that shit is gross because they probably made like 5,000 of them and only 10% of them get bought every year. So they're just recycling that shit.
Yeah.
So chances are you're going to get a fucking 3-year-old giant Snickers bar
God.
that probably has fucking animals.
That you have to
living in
carve it like a
Disgusting.
turkey.
Ugh. Johnny, thank you so much for the super chat. Y'all are so much fun. Best combo of entertainment and real talk. Hope things line up and I get to meet y'all at MegaCon. I'll DM my end cap number on the floor plan. I really want some cheese now.
Heck yeah, we'll see you
Just
there.
have the cheese alone. And
cheese.
don't melt it in a pot on the floor, please.
Macaroni in a pot.
Thank you so much. That was very generous of
Thanks, dude.
you. Okay, next one is like a weird one because
ahead.
I also feel like this very much depends on communication.
Okay.
Board games.
As a gift, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that definitely depends.
Now, okay, again, like if you are a board game person, if you're a couple that loves to play board games,
Yeah.
board games are expensive, believe it or not. Like
Yeah, even
the
like
good
the-
ones
yeah.
can be upwards of 100. I remember a group of friends that I had a long time ago. We purchased a board game that was $400.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What game was that?
I mean, first of all, it was
The
like
real Jumanji with the
I
animals
know,
coming
yeah,
out?
I wish. It was like it was a Kickstarter project and it was a huge game. Like you needed a whole fucking dining room table and a half and it came with these massive figures that were gray so, you know, you could paint them or whatever. It was very like
Living chess?
yeah, pretty much. It was very involved and beautiful. And it was like a game that you played over time, kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. But anyway, board games can still be very expensive.
Yeah, I think if both people in the relationship are into board, like why else would you get that? So I'm gonna assume that like
Yeah, but let's take the least common denominator
Okay.
here. If there's somebody who's getting a board game, what are they getting? They're probably getting you fucking Parcheesi.
Like themed Monopoly.
Or what everybody's obsessed with fucking poop games now. So it's going to be like that game with the toilet plunger where you plunge it and then the turd shoots out of the fucking tank. Like if that's what you're getting,
For the record, I would be blown away with that gift.
I mean, you would, but you're like a toy guy.
Yeah.
You know, like you're into fun stuff like that. But like, what if you're just like a
I just
regular,
think
degular
I just think if
couple?
somebody just shows up with a random board game, it's like psychotic.
I mean, if that's your fucking, that's your gift. Like that's the gift.
you know what
that
I picture?
fucking went out
You know what
for.
I picture? If someone does that, like you show up, like someone shows up at the date's house, says, look what I got you, and they pull out like, I don't know, Stratego, like, wait, before you say anything, this is gonna be a fun night. I'm like,
or
oh.
Risk or something. Yeah, I know. Shoot me. I'm gonna put this at good only because they can be premium items. They can be fun couple.
It's
activity.
good if it's for someone who
It's
enjoys
good.
it,
and
if,
it can be pricey, which is like, you know, some people like fancy luxury stuff. So if you get like, okay, maybe let's say that you didn't go out and get something super creative, but you got like a fucking like limited edition hand carved Monopoly.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
don't know.
and
I'm
you've
not-
always played Monopoly with your partner, it's your favorite game or whatever, then like I can kind of see it. But I still put it in good because I feel like you could do better than a fucking board game.
I don't think you want to show up with like fucking
So you think it should
Rick
be
and
maybe
Morty,
not?
Parcheesi. I said maybe. Good is
You
fine.
think
Good,
maybe not?
good is the middle. I'll leave it there. It can be good. It just you have to know what you're doing. The right game and the right couple.
It could be fun. By the way, board games can also include
No.
like
You know,
those sexy time board games where it's like
okay, yeah, it's good.
you know, like those games where you like
Yeah,
get to learn your
yes,
partner
yeah.
intimately, and it's like in a game, it's gamified.
Yeah, Cones
like-
of Dunshire would be an excellent game. Racy Cones of Dunshire.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Just so you know, Parks and Recreation is my favorite show of all time.
Yeah.
Like hands
Silver
down.
K just put that in the chat.
I know.
Yeah.
I was looking at the chat.
Yeah,
Cones of
we-
Dunshire.
we've
Bro,
watched-
if somebody got me cones of. If Peter showed up with Cones of Dunshire, I would probably vomit.
You would cry
I would cry and vomit.
at the same time.
Okay, next. Next are those, I think we've talked about this in the last one, but like giant Valentine's Day themed plushies.
Yeah.
Like the big fucking teddy bear holding the like Valentine's Day heart.
Yeah.
Or the giant,
It's too
you know,
much.
rabbit or whatever.
It's too much.
This is such a no for me.
Yeah.
Like a no. Under no fucking circumstances
Yeah.
do you give a giant
The
plushie
only
to an
time-
adult.
The only time a giant, in my opinion,
Uh-huh.
those, and we're talking specifically about those mega insane ones that are usually like,
Hold on, sorry. Eric says no, never Monopoly.
Yeah,
I
right?
agree. But
I agree.
You know, I don't know. You never know.
but but like those giant plushies, like just like the random ones are generic. They're usually like a generic freaking rabbit with a giant
I know
heart
it's
that
not.
says "Be
It's not
mine."
connected to an IP.
Right, right.
It's like just a rando. Like,
Because you and me would love a giant squishmallow.
Well, we have one.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the only time those giant generic ones are okay is if you win it at a county fair or something. Because
Yeah,
then it's like
but
a
even
flex
then,
for
like-
and then you got to donate at the end.
Yeah, straight up. But I just feel like it's just so cheesy and so corny and so like I didn't know what to get you, but I know that girls love plushies.
Yeah. Plus, whose aesthetic all year long is like
Oh my-
Valentine's Day plush?
Thank you. The other thing to think of is like now it's themed, and we'll get to that in a moment, by the way. I have a lot of thoughts about themes.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about plushies, I do have a caveat here. I really, really like Squishmallows.
Yeah.
So if you got a Squishmallow,
I think that's a good one.
it's good. Not better, not best, but it is a good one.
Yeah.
I would be stoked on a really cute Squishmallow, and I feel like most people would
Yeah.
because they make great pillows.
Mm-hmm.
That probably my favorite pillow in the world is a Squishmallow.
Try to get a color of or creature that the person would care about.
My God, they make everything at this
Yeah.
point. So
There's like
it's
Squishmallow
hard.
ramen bowls.
Exactly. It's hard to fuck that one up. Just listen. But like Peter has a giant cat, a long cat Squishmallow
God, it's
that's
like a body pillow.
literally it's the width of our king size bed. And he loves it because he uses it as a body pillow.
Yeah.
And I sleep with a fucking giant Squishmallow Baymax. So like, and before Baymax came into my life, I had a Squishmallow frog that I got at Comic-Con one year, and I love that thing too. So like, you know, if you've never
Squishmallows
tried
are
the
okay.
Squishmallow pillow as an adult, I feel like you should give it a shot.
Yeah.
No one's gonna. Okay, here's another really good. Well, we talked about this, right?
What is it?
Is like weird, like experiences that you've picked up for
Fuck it.
sale on Groupon,
No.
like the trapeze class.
Nope.
Or like fucking lobster hunting,
That's a hell
or
to the
like
no.
something like you just picked it randomly because it was on sale on Groupon and they fucking targeted you with. The
I have
ad.
had a good experience.
Which was
Cooking class.
okay. Yes.
And I actually thought that was by the way, I think that's actually like a good, potentially good date for like a Valentine's Day-esque thing.
Yeah.
Because you go to a place, there's a specific time limit to it. You're not going to be there for 6 hours.
Right.
And you make something usually good and you eat it and all that. And like you're doing stuff. So like you get to show that you're proficient with your hands and like your brain or whatever it is.
Yeah,
and it's not like overly romantic, but you still spend time
but
together.
it's fun. Yeah, like getting messy in a kitchen can be romantic.
For the right person, I think that's a good one.
Right, exactly. So I would put this, if you did it right,
Yeah.
this could be, this could be good.
Yeah. Considering that
could
you're
be
gonna
good.
you're gonna do it, we're putting it good because you're
I
gonna
will
do it
only,
right.
well, I can only put it on good because potentially you could find, if you actually worked on it, you could actually get something fun. But Also, the downside to that is that if you got it on Groupon, you got it on sale, and that can kind of seem cheap to some people.
They don't
not
have to know.
me.
They don't have to know.
No, because it comes with a big fucking Groupon. You have to tell them like, "Oh, I bought this through Groupon" when you get there. That's for like all of them.
I don't
but
mind
for
it.
some, I know you and I don't give a shit, but there's a lot of people who might take that as like, "Oh, really? You couldn't afford?" You know,
I would
mean?
take that as a sign that person sucks.
Anyway.
Because Groupon, sometimes you can get stuff that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. Like, what if it's like a helicopter ride? And
No, those things you can get retail value. You don't have to do it through Groupon. That's all I'm saying. Okay, a gym membership.
No,
Absolutely fucking not.
that's all the way to the bottom.
All the way at the bottom. You can get that any other day of the year.
And don't be getting gym memberships.
And
for
honestly,
people.
you don't need to get it for somebody else. You can encourage somebody to get it,
No. That's
but
yeah,
even
be careful.
still,
That's tricky.
don't fucking do it. Don't do it. This is an interesting one, jewelry. I don't have a ranking for this, so I'd actually like to hear where you would put it and where
Me?
the chat would put it.
Jewelry, I think, again, it depends.
And I'm talking about big money jewelry.
Right.
Like you're spending over $100.
So you and I are not like big into that world. Like you're not. You like jewelry, but you're not like I need
like
to
jewelry,
have.
but I'm very allergic to a lot of jewelry, so I just don't.
So we have a skewed perspective on it, generally speaking.
Yeah.
But I do think most people, would like jewelry, and especially if you put, again, like what's your partner like? Do they like a certain stone? Do they like a certain necklace type thing or a charm or whatever? I think it's fine. I don't think you have to blow the bank on something either to make it a good gift.
Right.
Again, I think it's thoughtful.
So where would you put it?
Remember, I got you this little necklace that was like a little mushroom.
Yeah, for Christmas, but
Yeah.
it was part of like a fucking gift bag of gifts.
But
it
what-
wasn't the main.
No, but what I mean
thrust
is
of
like
things.
it was a cute little thing that you could do without blowing the bank, and it felt thoughtful.
It was thoughtful because the jewelry itself was based on things that I love, which
Yeah.
is mushrooms and frogs.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about costume jewelry. I'm talking that's cute and like
Fancy?
kitschy.
Oh,
I'm talking about like I'm going to Jared's, you know what I mean? And I'm
I
gonna
just
get
think
you diamond earrings.
I think
or
you got to
something.
be. I mean, I think that's not a good early gift. I don't think it's a good gift early on in a relationship. Diamond earrings, bro.
I mean, it feels a little cliche too, right? Like
Well-
I couldn't think of anything else, so I went and blew the fucking bank on some jewelry.
That's why I say it's only if the person likes it. I think there's better gifts
So
nowadays.
where are we putting it? Expensive jewelry? Is that better than a Squishmallow? Is that better than a board game?
For us, I would say
in
no.
General, in
I know,
general.
but people like us, perhaps not. Like perhaps it's
so
not.
maybe where good?
Yeah, it's fine.
It is just fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. At least for this group of people.
Yeah.
Maybe another group of people would be like, that's the best thing that you can get me.
Yeah.
But not for us. Okay, here we go. This is the one that I wanted to talk about. Lego flowers.
Okay.
If you let me rank this shit, I'm putting this as nope. Because how fucking dare you make me build
I can't
something?
believe it.
How dare you?
I am so surprised by this, actually.
How
buddy.
dare you make me build my flowers, and then how dare you give me Lego? I don't like Lego anything.
I'm so surprised because I thought you would enjoy like that
No.
take on it,
No.
and they look cool. I think they look cool.
The aesthetic of anything Lego to me
Yeah, but have you
is-
seen the Lego flowers?
have.
They don't look like.
No, they still do look like fucking Legos. They look like something out of Minecraft.
I was just gonna say.
I can't.
I was gonna
can't
say
do
that in a
it.
good way, but you
Nah,
said it in a.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
okay.
I need like real living or fake foam with silk, whatever the fuck flower. But if you give me a fucking plastic Lego flower that I have to assemble myself,
Well, the idea would be that we would do it together.
I'm still not.
You
into
would
it.
rather have Lego something else.
No, Lego nothing. How about Lego the video game? That's about as far as I'm going.
Okay, I would never.
And I know I am the only person here probably who's shitting all over Lego. But I just don't like the aesthetic of Lego at all.
I know you don't, and I would never get you that. But I would.
know, but that's why I preface this by saying if you leave it up to me to rank this, I'm putting it all the way down. But I'm taking myself out of the equation.
I'm gonna say
on this one.
maybe not, because on average, I would assume most people are not gonna know what to do with that as a gift. But I personally, I think they look kind of cool, and if you had the right aesthetic and the right space, and you enjoy Lego building, then I think it's like a cool thing that I've seen recently. Like when I see them at the store, I'm like, dang, these are kind of cool.
I know, and I've seen tons of people who have them in
Yeah.
their house,
Yeah.
and they like
I think they
display
look,
them proudly.
I think they kind of look cool because to me they look like what a plant or a flower would look like in a video game, and like an old.
Yeah,
like,
but I don't want that in my house.
No, you do. I get it.
Again, now
I wouldn't roll the dice. How about that way? Like I wouldn't roll the dice on it. If I knew my partner loved it, then fine. But I wouldn't for rolling the dice. Like, surprise. I wouldn't do it.
So where are you putting it?
I put it in maybe not.
Oh.
It's not a no.
Melanie, unsubscribe. No, don't do it. I'm just being an asshole. It's just me. Okay, here's another one that's extremely and oddly very specific. What if you got your partner a lightsaber?
Again. Okay, be more specific. Is it like? It's not the shitty ones that telescope out. Like you.
No.
Like
a
high end one.
high end.
Bro,
Like,
I think that's a fucking amazing gift.
but where
again,
are you putting it? Where are you putting it on the list?
Super good, top of the line.
It's best.
Yes.
That's the best gift that you could get somebody for Valentine's Day.
It's the best gift you've put on this list so far.
Chad.
And I'm saying again,
Chad, he might need to be. If you agree, let us know. But I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I feel like it's better. I don't think it's the best, only because it's like for our group at least. Like if we're ranking,
we
this
have
for
to only
ourselves.
rank it for our groups. And I'm saying,
Ryan says lightsaber, instant ring, and a baby.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, but again, those are not gifts that you would just randomly think of unless you're psychotic. But like, if you know that someone's into that, that's a fucking awesome gift.
I mean, it is an awesome
And
gift.
it's I think,
very thoughtful.
Let me say
But
this.
like, what if
let
you
me
just
say
get
this.
it and you don't?
Let me say this.
Okay.
I will go as far to say
Uh-huh.
that the lightsaber is today's jewelry.
No, you can leave.
Dude,
have,
the hilts display.
We both have lightsabers.
Yeah.
We both have them.
Yes.
They were not gifts for Valentine's Day.
No.
We made them at Galaxy's Edge, and we each took a turn making our own. We had separate experiences, whatever.
Clearly, we enjoy the lightsaber.
And I cried and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like it was a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
But right, like Melanie says, every item has an it depends attached to it.
It does. It really does.
But
Yeah.
like for our group, what is the consensus? Is this the best thing that you could get for somebody in our group? Like, you know, we're all pretty like-minded here.
I'm not saying it's the best thing for you across the board. I'm saying, but if someone likes Star Wars,
Is it better than a board game? Is it better than a Squishmallow? Is it better than expensive jewelry? That's what you have to ask yourself, because that's where we're at right now.
I would say it's if jewelry was the category, I'd rather get the lightsaber hilt in that category. Like, what's the equivalent? Like, if I got you a really pretty necklace and then you like that, what's the equivalent for me?
Right.
That would be.
right.
I don't know what else to say.
I will say that it probably needs to go in better, only because it's a lot more thoughtful, because it's so specific to Star Wars,
And it
like
better
that
not be
fandom.
and it better be a fucking lightsaber of somebody I give a shit about.
Right.
If you give me some rando's lightsaber,
Yeah. All right, here we go. A living plant, like a cactus or a fern.
again, I think that's a kind of a cool gift depending on the person you're giving.
But is
it
that
to.
like good? Is it better than a Squishmallow?
If I gave you an orchid on Valentine's Day,
I mean, but I'm a sucker for you doing romantic things for me.
well, that's what I'm saying.
I feel
think-
like I would put it in good.
I
Like,
put it
that's
in
a
good. Yeah,
gift.
I put on good gift and also figure out something that's not going to require them to do hella maintenance. Orchids are super chill.
Ferns are super chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mugs.
Ugh.
You
No.
know what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Like
like
the mug that
generic
has like a
mugs.
few little chocolates in
No,
it,
no,
and
I
like a
hate
cute
that
little
shit.
spoon
I hate
or
that
whatever,
shit.
and you're like, great, let me add it to
No,
my collection
no.
of my already 8,000 mugs.
No, but I will tell you how to upgrade that gift. I'll say that the right.
Okay, but where
that's
would
bad.
that fall if I just went and got you a gift that
No,
said like, you're
that's
my
nope.
sweetheart?
That's nope. That's a nope.
It's a nope, right?
It's a
yeah,
nope.
thank you.
I'll tell you how to upgrade it. Get a nice mug, or something that like Gabby likes to drink hot coffee, so
I
you can
do.
get one of those nice mugs that stay warm somehow. Whatever that shit is. What are those mugs that have the heat thing on it?
Ember, I think it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah.
And so like and then put like a nice like hot cocoa bomb thing in it. You know.
Yeah.
You can step it up. I'm not saying it's a great gift.
No, if it's just but I'm talking about just the mug.
Nah, fuck that shit. That's a nope.
Look,
That's like don't ever date me again.
Look, James makes a great point. Just make a wheel of gifts, let them spin it. That will be the gift they get. Honestly, if it's a wheel of gifts that they want and then the surprise is what it lands on, that's a fucking awesome
But you better
idea.
have all the gifts in the trunk of your car.
You fucking better be ready. Yeah. Those gifts, those gift mugs are a no, but I do like Death Wish mugs. What are Death Wish mugs?
Hell is a Death Wish?
I don't know, but I would love to know. Okay, next one. A ticket to an event that you like, but that your partner doesn't.
That's terrible. It's just self-explanatory.
I agree. I feel like that's a no. But what if you got it because you really believed that you just want to experience it with your partner so that they understand?
Don't
like,
make it a Valentine's Day gift.
Okay. So it still falls under...
That's a nope.
Nope. Okay.
You can give that gift. I just don't call it a gift.
Yeah.
Just make it, just spin it the other way around. Like, babe, I really want
like the way that you're forcing me to go see Tim Dillon.
Yes. Exactly. Imagine I gave you that for Valentine's Day.
Oh my God. Oh, the way that I would leave this house so
exactly.
quickly. Okay, last one is Valentine's themed knickknacks, like a little porcelain figure of like,
I hate all that shit.
Whatever, or like a
I hate
like
it.
a little bear holding a fucking, you know what I mean?
No,
like
I hate it.
shit
In
you just
fact,
find that's
no,
themed.
I hate it. And in fact, even when it's like if it's like Grogu or Darth Vader holding it, I'm like, I hate it. Like I don't like that aesthetic at all. I think it's
like your favorite IP, but celebrating a holiday.
I hate that.
So are you okay with it if it's like Christmas or Halloween themed?
Yes.
But Valentine's Day,
No.
absolutely not.
Yeah, Valentine's.
Why? What is it about Valentine's Day that sullies it?
It's not a good aesthetic, in my opinion.
What? Love is not a good aesthetic?
No, the big red goofy heart. Like, I've never seen it done really right, in my opinion. And
That's
it's
fair.
And I'm always
I haven't
open-minded.
either.
And it's usually even the Christmas and Halloween stuff. Are you keeping it out all year? Very rarely. We're the only sickos with our Halloween stuff.
Yeah, but Halloween is edgy and cool.
Edgelord.
Zygona says Death Wish Coffee does their own limited edition mugs with different art. Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. That's different.
Yeah, that is different. Oh, John Beluga, Stanley mugs only. Absolutely not, dude. Peter and I are both so disgusted by the Stanley.
No, I'm not disgusted at all. I just didn't know it was happening.
We're disgusted by the people who own like 500
No,
of
I
them.
don't care. I don't care.
I do.
I'm not. That's your list, not mine. I don't care that way. But I'll
you
tell
can
you
add
this.
that one to my list proudly.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I didn't know that they existed. Gabby pointed it out.
Oh yeah, he didn't know.
And then all I see is Stanley Cups, which that was weird to me. Like, whoa, like they
Yeah,
live.
if you have a Stanley Cup, I mean, great. I have a Yeti. Like, I've fallen for it too. But I have the Yeti, and that's the only one that I have. Like, I haven't upgraded to a Stanley Cup. Like, it's a reusable cup. The point is that you continue to reuse a cup. You don't buy 1,000 reusable cups. You're just adding to the problem. Anyway, whatever.
Here's the print.
So this one is going on nope. And nothing went to best because apparently all of us hate everything. And that's really just me. Is there anything that would have gone into best for you?
The lightsaber.
That's the best gift?
On that list. On that list.
So then there was nothing in the better list?
The best gift is that you gave me for Christmas was a beautiful handwritten card. That
That's
loved.
true. Yeah, but
That
you're a
was my
sucker
favorite.
for that shit.
And I got
every year I try to make him cry during Christmas. Like, I'm going to find the fucking thing that makes you cry, watch. And he tries to do it to me. It kind of worked this year because he did that print of me. And I was like, oh, fuck. But he gave it to me really late. And so it lost its edge.
Aww.
No, I'm joking. But the card that I gave you fucked your shit up. I was like, yes, I did it. I still got it.
I was... Yeah, I was trying to do a portrait of Gabby, and it was so difficult, and I almost.
Why is it so difficult? Look at my face.
No, because it's hard
What's so difficult about this? It came out perfect too, by the way. Everybody who sees it is like, holy shit, it's you.
Yeah. I'm not good, babe.
Yeah.
But we did it.
Took you long
Now,
enough.
I want to, even though I finished the print, I do want to show people this game real quick that we've been talking about, Palworld.
Oh my God, yes. Let's talk about Palworld.
It's very important.
It's also, I feel like, really topical, I think, right now, especially now because you know, there's a lot of discussions about AI art and, you know, ripping people off and ripping people's artistic vision off and not caring. You know, the people don't care about copyright and they don't care about trademarks and they don't care about intellectual property and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So this game came out called Palworld. It came out on the 19th, so it really just came out. And basically the way that the game works is it's Pokemon.
Like straight up.
Straight up, it's Pokemon. You go around, you land on this fucking island.
Giant map, by the way.
Giant.
It
And
makes the Fortnite map look tiny.
yeah, except instead of like just going around collecting Pokemon and fighting gym trainers, you are stranded on this island basically in your fucking underwear, and you have to craft an entire base where you can sleep and craft your armor and weapons and food, and you go around collecting these, they're called pals.
Yeah.
And you bring them back to your base, and the pals work for you, and they will cook your food and farm your farms and etc. And as
cut
they
down
do
the
that,
trees and give you resources.
sure. And as they do that, you can go out and journey throughout the map, finding bigger and better pals and bring them back to your base, and also like fight bosses and dungeons,
other
and
Pokemon
stuff.
trainers.
Exactly. And so Peter and I are addicted.
Well, dude, first of all, I don't ever play Pokemon games ever. Like I played Pokemon Go and that was fun, but that was it.
I played a lot of Pokemon.
And I always thought Pokemon games were just like this one note thing. They're just cute, but it doesn't really hold my attention. This game is crazy because there's one thing Gabby didn't mention. The Pokemon like can have guns. And
It
like
was mentioned in the chat.
Oh, you did? Yeah, there's like violence and like
Yes.
turret guns, and like the way you capture the Pokemon, by the way, is you have to bludgeon them multiple times
Well,
to
but
get
that's
their.
kind of like in Pokemon too. Like
You
have
bludgeon
to,
them with a blunt object.
No, the difference is that
It's shocking.
you have to like go up against Pokemon with another Pokemon and
Yeah.
weaken them before you can catch them.
Yeah,
The
but,
difference is in here is that you can weaken a Pokemon without using another Pokemon. You can you know summon your pal and they will fight like in a Pokemon battle, but you can also just summon, pull out your crossbow and shoot them until they're weakened enough that you can catch them.
Dude, you can take it's a baseball
And yes,
bat.
there are guns, there are submachine guns, there are there are flamethrowers, there's cannons, there's all kinds of stuff. So there is a more like violent undertone to the game. And Rich said it perfectly. It's slave labor. You absolutely can capture these pals and just put them to work at your base and never use them for combat out in the world, and just have them at your base like doing jobs. It's slave labor. It's fine.
It's a wild game. It's wildly
Yeah.
fun. That's a weird thing.
It is extremely addictive.
It looks like Pokemon and
Yeah.
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
And a little bit of Minecraft where there's like,
Or Valheim is what I feel like. I
Valheim.
mean, if you've ever played Valheim,
yeah,
it's basically
where you
like
build
a-
bases and stuff like that. But then there's like the combat element, and it's
There's a lot of survival crafting games out there, so if you've ever played any of those, then you know what we're talking about. But it's the fact that you're pairing it up with Pokemon style graphics. So like the big conversation right now is Palworld ripping off Pokemon?
like, how is it freaking legal? When you look at it, you
Yeah.
guys, like there are some
There
pals,
are some of
quote
them in there
unquote.
that you're like, well, look, they're showing it in the image.
Yeah.
Like if you match them up, you're like, this is the exact same Pokemon.
It's crazy.
It's the same exact thing. And like we were watching a video about this, about discussing copyright law and trademark and, intellectual property and what all that means legally. And it seems like Palworld is okay.
Yeah,
like
like,
there might be a couple of pals that don't pass what they call the squint check, which is where if you take both images and then squint your eyes, and if you can't tell the difference in that state, then yes, it's a ripoff.
Yeah.
So if Nintendo decided to take this, I forget the name of the developer. It's like Pocket something.
Yeah, something.
Let me see.
I
see
guarantee
it
you, if they
here.
could have blocked this from coming
Pocket
out.
Pair. If they take Pocket Pair to court and literally take them to task over every design that's in game, they probably will find a few that don't pass the squint check. At which point, I don't really know what the solution is. Like, take them out of the game.
No, I honestly
reimburse
no,
Pokemon. I don't know.
I honestly think that they can't do anything because they would have. They're watching like a hawk. There's a guy who did a mod and put Ash Ketchum and Pikachu and all them into the game.
And it immediately got taken
Yeah,
down.
but
that's copyright.
But this is a game you can get on Xbox Game Pass for free right now.
Correct.
And it's also available on Steam. And again, like it's so
early access.
It's so
still
gimmicky.
not, like,
it's such a gimmick that I thought the game would have to be trash. But it's actually like a really good game.
It's it's kind of, to me, it's like a cozy game.
Yeah.
Because there is absolutely zero need for you to do anything that you don't want to do.
Like violence.
So, like,
you don't have to do any of the violence.
No,
stuff.
if all you want to do is build a base and have your favorite cute pals there helping you farm and do, you can do that, and the game isn't urging you to do anything else.
No.
So if you want to just explore, jump on the back of one of your, like, a horse pal or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you could ride the
you
Pokemon.
just ride, create a saddle and ride and just enjoy the
You can grab a
atmosphere.
harness for another flame type or fire type Pokemon and like use them as a flamethrower.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
I know, but it's
Like,
crazy. Like it's just
if you want to, you can, but you don't have to. And
Yeah.
so, like, to me, it counts as kind of like a mid-level cozy game. Like, high tier cozy game would be like fucking Animal Crossing or something.
Yeah.
This is mid tier because if you want to participate in adventure and violence, you can,
Yeah.
but you don't have to. So anyway, but the point is we brought it up because Peter and I have been playing it obsessively, and also because there's this conversation about, like,
is it
copyright? Is it an issue?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Anyway.
Raph says a friend of mine is one of the plaintiffs in a case against Midjourney. I
wow.
personally can't stand AI as a creation tool using other people's art and work, like just movie make your own characters.
Yeah, I don't think this is not AI though.
It's
to be
not
fair,
AI. They were all literally designed by character designers.
No,
Raph,
I think this is even more like blatant than AI. Like it's direct. Like you use Pokeballs in the game. They're just not called that.
They're not. They're all called like
spheres of
gigaspheres or whatever.
Megasphere.
Like they literally probably looked at, I'm sure they had a bunch of lawyers who are like, you have to make it sound nothing like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like it cannot sound anything like Pokemon.
Yeah. It's a wild look, the reason I thought it was worth talking about is because it is just so of our time right now.
It really is.
It's also this weird thing where Pokemon is such like a family friendly thing, and it's like kid safe and all that kind of stuff. And this is not as kid safe in my opinion.
It's for teenagers and young adults and obviously middle-aged people.
But if
like
you're not
ourselves.
paying attention and your little kid asks you for this because they heard about it at school,
you would see this key art and be like,
yeah, of course,
you're good.
Yeah,
go for it.
But then you're gonna see them taking a baseball bat to the head of this cute little chicken.
Yeah,
and it's
Pokemon with guns.
It's so weird because there's not like there's any violent
but
blood
look,
or anything.
They have the
yeah, show
like,
this.
Screenshots of them working in a fucking like a volcano, and all these cute Pokemon are like on an assembly line making machine guns.
It's weird, dude. It's weird.
But then you have this fucking Breath of the Wild ass shit where it's just like, me and my Pokemon are journeying and they're helping me glide through the air to go and so like it really depends on what you make of it, I guess. But like,
look at that. Look at that.
Go. Now you're on a fucking dragon with machine guns.
Again,
Or
so
cannons.
fun.
Like,
so fun.
Yeah, but then here you go. You're riding on the back of a mystical character. So it's very weird. There's also like these, there's this group of characters in the game that you're asked to go after that are basically poachers.
Yeah, Pokemon poachers.
And so you're almost creating these weapons so that you can take them down
Yes,
faster.
that's
but like
the justification.
it's also you could use them.
Yeah,
for
like you show up to
evil.
these bases where they're like taking over an area of the island, and they have the Pokemon in cages, and so you have to beat them up to free the Pokemon. But look at this picture.
I know, it's so funny.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I just thought it was like worthy of mention because it's just like a moment. Like it reminds me of Roger Rabbit. Like the first time I saw Roger Rabbit, there was like this strange juxtaposition, and this feels like that too. Like Roger Rabbit is kind of like it's a more mature film than you would ever see Bugs Bunny in normally, or Mickey Mouse. But yet they both make appearances in the film.
Yes.
So it's a weird thing to see that juxtaposition, and this is so much like. I know many Pokemon when I see them, but there are many generations where I'm like, that's a Pokemon? Okay, I guess so. And this,
Yeah, there are some Pokemon that I don't recognize.
if you
at
just
all.
told me that these Pokemon were like later generation Pokemon, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's how close it is. So seeing this action with them is wild. So I strongly recommend, if nothing else, like watch a video to see how unusual it is.
Boo is here.
All right, Boo Cam, and then we should get
Boo,
going.
I think Boo. Yeah, Boo.
Boo's saying it's time to wrap it up.
Boo says, "I need to pee. I need y'all
Guys,
to shut
you
the
gotta
fuck
wrap it up,
Look at
man.
his tongue.
Please, guys. Give yourself a big cam so everybody can see it.
Oh, goodness. Hold on.
Boo is really
I don't know
cute.
where the big cam is.
There's Gabby
Jesus.
Solo down there somewhere.
Hold on. Gabby Big.
There you go.
Here,
Look.
Boo Cam.
Hey, guys.
Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
He's so cute, dude.
Look at the tongue.
No, he tucks it in.
Good. He just wants to go into a BB.
Guys, I just want to go take a piss real quick. Y'all mind?
Sleeping for a while.
You mind if I borrow?
Hello?
Instead of snorting on the mic.
Do you have something to say? Do you have something to say to the people?
All right. Yeah.
Hold on. I don't want him to get stuck on these cables.
Amazing.
So we're gonna go out right now.
We're gonna get going.
Okay.
All right.
Whew. Well, that was
That was fun.
that was it.
That was a fun one. Thank you guys so much for hanging. I feel like we got a lot covered. The
We
print. Did you show the print? Do we have Art Cam Solo by any chance, or what, something like that?
Yeah.
There you go. The print is done. My little Venom tribute there. So if you want to win one of these, just make sure you join the Patreon. And I do monthly giveaways. We have Patreon streams where we actually do the giveaways, and you'll be able to claim one of these. In fact, if you recently won one, I just finished today printing all the giveaways. So they're going to be drying now for the next few days, and then we'll be packing them up and shipping them out. But
Thank you guys for being so patient.
Yes, thank you.
It just all fell during the holidays. It gets crazy,
yeah,
man.
yeah. So, but yeah, that being said, love you very much.
Love
Thank you guys for joining us.
We will see you next month for those of you who are on YouTube,
Yeah.
and we will see you guys
Sunday
on
night.
Sunday if you're on Patreon.
This Sunday night.
This Sunday night, it will be very fun. You don't want to miss that one.
Yes.
Yes.
We're bringing back something very creepy.
Oh, yes. It's going to be great. Okay, we love you guys. See you soon.
Bye,
Bye.